Frog Stocks here. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Just decided to do a little live stream today to recap everything I've been talking about the past couple weeks. And again, this is all my opinion. This is all my trading strategy. I'm not telling you what to do or guaranteeing anything. But so far, since Sunday, I've been pretty accurate. Everybody was calling for doom and gloom and market crash and all this disaster news that Fox Business was putting out Sunday night while we were being all weekend last weekend attacked by billionaire hedge fund managers and whatnot, which was ridiculous on Twitter. When these billionaire, millionaire hedge fund managers come out from under their rocks and start tweeting at retail investors, you know something's up. They're in panic mode. The banks are all over leveraged. The hedge funds are all over leveraged. The brokers are all over leveraged. The only one in the market not over leveraged is retail. And I'll tell you what, $1 of unleveraged cash beats $1 that has been levered 10 times any day. Our money in the market is real, it's unleveraged, and it carries much more weight than theirs. So this market crash scenario that everybody's talking about, I do think something is coming. But there's two different markets now. There's Wall Street and there's retail. Wall Street's market is a dumpster fire, completely over-levered, shares sold not yet owned, and a lot of hedge funds are naked short and don't know it, and a haircut's coming up. You have new margin requirements. England's about to tumble. Credit Suisse is going down. There is something big coming. But retail as an investor base over every stock, doesn't even matter if it's Tesla or AMC or whatever, BBIG. Our cash is in the market, it's unlevered, and we're owed. We are owed what we put in and what our shares are worth no matter what. So what's going to happen is retail is going to keep the market from having this insane crash. I don't think the traders of 87, 2000, 2008, the professional traders still do not understand how the market has evolved. And I don't think they understand how dedicated retail is to making, the money in the game now. Everybody's in the game. More and more people join every day. And more retail traders are learning that they can make a paycheck. They can make a salary in the matter of a week on some of these stocks. And they're getting pretty good at swinging them. Either way, that's what I think's coming up in the near term. We have midterms coming up in November. We're supposed to have another 3/4 point rate hike from the Fed. I don't think they should do it, and I'm not sure they're going to. If they do, they do, but I think them raising interest rates on this manufactured inflation is destroying the economy. I think all they need to do is announce the initiation of new leases and the production of oil and natural gas before midterms come up, which Biden's going to do. And when they do and they increase the supply and demand will stabilize, fuel prices will come down, everything else will come down. Everything. The curb to inflation is producing cheap fuel. That's what it is. It's never been about banks and this and that and raising interest rates. If you start having runaway inflation, you need to produce cheaper fuel, right? Cheaper fuel means cheaper commodities. It's cheaper for the truck to ship everything to your Kroger, to your Walmart. You buy your meat for less. You buy your fuel for less. You got more money in your pockets that go into the banks. The banks can use it to do what they do and make their money. But then you can have tax hikes on the back end of it to pull the cash back out of the economy. So it's just manufactured is all it is. The pandemic manufactured it. The green energy agenda manufactured it. I'm not against green energy, whatever, but it's just manufactured inflation. Either way, with APE, we're sitting here just looking really good. Like we finally hit bottom. We had a recovery. I think we broke through the falling wedge. Very good. The chart, Rico's saying the same stuff. Everybody's looking at the same chart. We broke through our falling wedge. We had a good reversal. We're still maintaining this trend line right here. And we just flipped MACD the past couple days pretty high into the green. The last time we had MACD start running like this was the initiation and launch of APE, where we ran to 10 bucks. I personally think we're going to go and attack the 250 level right around here to see if we find a resistance. And if we don't, we're going back to $3. $3, $3.50. And I think Tomorrow and Friday, we're going to have good market days. We had great pre-market futures this morning, and then it kind of just fizzled out. But that's because we just ran super hard the last 2 days. I do think we are on a path to recovery for the next 10 days, hence the name of the title. I'll read comments in between today too, since we're not having a space call and there's not 400 people in the comments. But I think we're swinging back around. I think we're going to make a run at 250 by Friday. And hopefully next week we get back into that $3 range. And if Adam Aaron decides to drop a catalyst in between then, it will be huge. If he comes out and says, yes, we diluted, say this, say he sold 200 million shares, it wouldn't have diluted us that far, which means there's naked short selling, FTDs, all that crap going on. But if he sold 100 to 200 million shares and raised $1.5 billion, that is going to be huge. That means any type of bankruptcy for the next year is off the table. And coming into Q4 in 2023, we have a massive movie lineup. Black Panther Wakanda Forever double feature sold out at my theater. And I've got a small AMC. This is sold out everywhere. People want the collectibles. They can't wait for Black Panther. It was a great movie. And they just want to see what's going on in this next phase of the Marvel Universe. Not even that. We just had a good run of a bunch of new movies. I mean, we had the classics come back out. We had a great day on $3 Day, whatever they call it, National Cinema Day. But the re-release of some of these movies hit pretty hard. Avatar cleared over $50 to $60 million. That's huge. That's a boost in Q3 that they weren't expecting. Not to mention, coming up, you got Black Panther, you got John Wick 4, Babylon looks amazing. That's probably going to be huge. Avatar 2 coming up. We're getting into Q4 now. So October 31st is the end. That's when Q4 starts. And then we have earnings on the 8th, hopefully the 8th. Midterms hit. So if midterms hit and conservatives take over the House and the Senate and we get rid of Pelosi, not only can they push the trading bill to ban trading from inside Congress now, because Pelosi's a big person who is going against that, and left or right, I don't care, man. But they're going to try to produce more fuel, which goes back to what I said in the beginning. Let me grab some of these comments before I move on. What up, bro? What's up, Froggy? Richard, Josh, what's up, guys? Hoops Dad, what up, Spence? F Citadel. Yeah, I know, man. Fox and Citadel, dude. Besides Charles Payne, there's no credibility on Fox anymore. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Stephen Brasseau. Credit Suisse just had a huge government bailout. I know, yeah. Our government sent like $9 billion on a swap over to Credit Suisse. So you know that our government is actively going too big to fail again. They're just not telling us this time. They're trying to stop them from crashing the market completely. If Credit Suisse collapses, they would have a massive margin call. It would crash everybody else in line. So what they did is they're giving them cash to bleed down slowly. They're saying, hey, we're going to float you while you're dying until you get to a point to where we can let you fail without crashing the entire market, which is bullshit in my mind. But AMC MOAS for no, I'm not giving MOAS dates. Everybody's been crying MOAS for years. We already would have had it. We already would have had the MOAS if one, we would have done the security token that Cohodes was talking about, or two, everybody DRS their shares, and nobody wanted to do that. So I'm not even talking about MOAS anymore. I think it's ridiculous that people are crying for MOAS, but they refuse to move away from brokers like Robinhood. Robinhood is literally stealing your money and paying Citadel. Webull is stealing your money and paying the CCP. Even people with TD Ameritrade, that's still payment for order flow. You guys are funding the market makers and buying shares that are not direct registered. Here's the deal. If you buy shares on ComputerShare directly, you're getting a 100% authorized share that they're pulling out of the market away from the DTCC. Now, if you don't want to keep it in ComputerShare, you can transfer it back out to your broker. But at least the buying pressure that you made for that share is hitting the lit exchange. Guaranteed hitting the lit exchange. And in fact, pulling from the DTC, you may be closing a naked short and you may be closing a synthetic share. So I just buying from ComputerShare and then transferring your AMC back to your broker for mobility is pretty bullish. Or if you just want to keep it in there. I'm going to tweet that right now. Excuse my allergies. This buying pressure hits the lit exchange, guaranteed. Just gonna start a new line. I know I'm gonna run out of letters. If you are worried about the sale delay in CS, you can transfer your shares out to Fidelity. The point is, you buy lit exchange, guaranteed, and in the initial registration, you may be force closing a naked short in process. Think about it. Think about it. I haven't bought a single share of AMC off the open market. It's all through my computer share now. Any AMC I buy will be directly through computer share, because then you guarantee that you're buying a legal share. You're guaranteeing that you're pulling it off the market away from the DTCC, which means you could theoretically end up closing a naked short out and closing a synthetic share out, meaning proper price action. And then it's direct registered, so nobody can loan or short that share. But if you don't want to stay in computer share because of mobility, which I guarantee you, the more people look at computer share and try to use it, the more comfortable they are with it. You can just transfer it back out to Fidelity and you have your mobility back. But at least you're facilitating true buying pressure from the stock. So that's why I just don't get all these insane people. The same people who didn't want the STO, APE Radio, Trey, all these guys. Trey didn't like it either. Then he came back around and actually did like it. But these guys that were pushing anti-DRS and anti-STO, they've never come out with a good idea to move anything forward. They're always pushing anti-DRS FUD because they don't like the people who are talking about it, and that's it. It's absolutely disgusting. If anything, they are lying and misleading people about computer share. Computer share could come out and sue their asses if they wanted to. So you got a famous YouTuber saying computer share this, computer share that, and it's not true, and they're defaming or they're liable for what they're saying about computer share, and that's not how it works. They could sue them. It's absolutely ridiculous. These are the guys, APE Radio, these are the guys, you can't question Adam Aaron, and then they say DRS is bad. Well, guess what? Who do you think hired computer share? Adam Aaron. Fucking, excuse my language. Hi, Miss Harris. Sorry, I didn't mean to drop F-bomb. I'll put that in my thing. Anyways, computer share is absolutely amazing. You got Dave Lauer talking about it. You got Lisa Bronca talking about it, who's a former SEC chief. You got freaking Adam Aaron using it. All the APE shares right now are in computer share. Any APE shares for the offering that he's selling is in computer share. So even if you're still skeptical, go to computershare.com and just try the platform out. Click make a stock purchase, set in go in and buy $25 worth of AMC. You'll set your account up while you're making your purchase. That's when it happens. Don't click register in the beginning. Just go to computershare.com, click make a stock purchase. You'll set up the purchase of your first shares. It's a minimum of $25 purchase order. You got to do 25 or more. But just buy like 3 shares or 4 shares, and that way at least you're guaranteed to get a voting proxy, right? Having 1 share in computer share guarantees you a voting proxy. Even though it's only for the 1 share, you could go to the annual in Kansas and say, I have 1 share in computer share. I got my voting proxy. I have 4,000 shares in Fidelity or TD Ameritrade or Webull, and I did not get my voting proxy. Here is my account. Here's my 1 share from computer share. I would like to vote on my other shares. What's happening is these brokers are taking all of our shares and they're putting it into this like street name account, right? You don't actually own your share. They just give you an IOU. So you may, in fact, not be getting your proxy to vote for your share, which means they go in and they can destroy the company from the inside with the vote you're supposed to have. So just like go to computer share, go here, watch. Computershare.com. And all you got to do is click make a stock purchase, and then it's all self-explanatory from there. Brings you up to the screen. You type in AMC stock. click the button. These are the minimum that you have to buy. So you got to buy, if it's your first time and you're making a one-time payment, you got to buy a minimum of 25 bucks, right? If it's the fees over here, this is just like what you would pay commission in the old days when you had like Charles Schwab and they charged a commission. That's just their commission to process your trade. Invest now, super easy. It's the easiest thing to do. One time, 25 bucks. Next, this is where you're going to put all your account information in for you to start your account. They're going to take all this and they're going to make your trade, and then they're going to fill your account. They're going to set your account up for you. You're going to get emails and text messages. Within 7 days, you're going to get a confirmation saying, please verify your account through email. You do it, and then you can log in, and then you can transfer your shares out. You can sell them. You can do whatever you want. But at least having one share in ComputerShare guarantees you a proxy. Now imagine this. Adam Aaron says we have about 4 million investors. But if only so many people, 245 million shares were voted on, I think, that means half of our float was not voted on in the last annual. And that's why he was talking about it to us, saying there's a problem with the proxy agent. If you guys all go and get one share in ComputerShare, you're going to get a proxy. And then at least he knows how many retail voters are out there. If he sees everybody gets a proxy, then he's got a verified count of shareholder base. Meaning if there's like 6 to 7 million shareholders and he thought there was only 4 million, then that 100 shares per person average, we can guarantee that there's phantom shares out there and he can call for a share count, a proper share count. But you put your information in, you put your bank information in just like you would a normal broker, and then you click make your purchase. That's how easy it is. That is how easy it is. Anyways, like I said, you know, the Fed's getting in. We're talking about a 3/4 point raise in November. Right? That's right before midterms. So Biden's going to try to bring gas prices down as much as he can, because the next report, if gas comes down 10 to 30 cents a gallon for at least 2 weeks, then he can come in with better CPI and he can come in with lower inflation. Gas prices will lower inflation, guaranteed. So I think they're going to try to do that, and hopefully the Fed will come out and not do 3/4 points and just do a 50. But like this too, I get a lot of comments from you guys on YouTube saying my Twitter's been shut down, I'm being suppressed, I'm being blocked. So I ran a poll today. It's already got 234 votes. Seeing a lot of YouTube comments saying my Twitter account has been disabled, and I am seeing much less AMC posts than usual. So I made a poll. Are you still holding? HODL, sold, flipping AMC and APE. And so far, out of the 234, the majority is in fact on YouTube saying holding. They are HODLing. So I know some people are out there flipping APE. At this point in time, guys, we need to get rid of the mentality that if people are out there doing anything but hodling, that it's evil and you attack them. Because when you do, you limit the community. If you attack people for doing what they want to do with their money, if they're selling or flipping AMC, at this point in time, it's just causing community distress. I think everybody should just cheer each other on, hope you make your money, and keep moving forward. Push the hodl message if you want, but attacking each other is just, it's so stupid at this point in time for doing what you want with your trade. So if you're flipping AMC and APE and you're making money and building your position, good for you. If you sold because you had to, because Christmas is coming up and you got family stuff to do, or you just got depressed because we got knocked down to nothing a couple weeks ago, good. I'm sorry and good for you, man. That's it. If you're hodling, good for you. I'm hodling. I'm definitely, when we get this run, this next 2 weeks that I think we're going to get, I am taking some profit on some of my lots that I bought down at $1.50 or $1.80 or $2. I'm keeping my core position, but I'm going to take profit on my dip buys. I'm not going to sit here and not make money off of this play anymore, because if I do it and we dip again, guess what? I come back and I buy more and I get a larger position. And like I said, if Adam Aaron comes out with a catalyst soon saying he raised like $1.25 billion, or say this, he raised $500 million off of, let's just get the calculator out. Let's do a quick calculation. And let's think of something doable. Let's say he sold 100 million shares. Oh, I can't count. 100 million shares. Oops, that's $1 billion. Sorry. 100 million shares times $5 bucks. Let's say an average of $5. He raised $500 million. Imagine this. He only diluted 100 million shares out of 5 billion and raised $500 million. Now in our bank, we have, again, $1.5 billion sitting in the bank. And that puts us all the way out to 2023, man. We're unbankruptable at this point, you guys. He can sell shares at any time. He can go out and bring in $100 million, which he might have done in Q3. If he sold those and we're in Q3 and he raised $500 million, our earnings call is going to be phenomenal. And he just cleared $100 million in debt. Most of it was through currency arbitrage, which was brilliant. The dollar's high, the pound is low. He went in, flipped the debt, paid off $100 million, and now that $400 million, which is $100 million less than it used to be, is out to 2027. The company's unbankruptable. The shorts have lost. They need to get out of the play because the company will never go back to $1. It'll never go back below $2. They were shorting like crazy from $1.90 all the way up to $5 to $10, and we're sitting at a combined of 8 right now. They're still underwater. So I'm super excited about where we're going. I think the next couple days we're going to see a run. Next week we're going to see even better runs. I think it all depends on what the Fed's going to do, how the market reacts. But APE and AMC have been running with the SPY pretty hard. We had a great little recovery here, but check this out. This is what I'm seeing. SPY, all-time high, dumped. So we had a big pump, dump, little pump, dump. Big pump, dump, little pump, dump. Big pump, dump, little pump, dump, big pump. We're getting ready to get back up here. I personally think and the consistency and the displacement of these pumps is pretty consistent. I mean, look at this. These distances on the pumps are not that much different. Come on, let me draw you. What the hell? The distances are pretty consistent. So let's just say this. Let's just say if we start getting another pump soon, which it might already be this might be our little pump. If we start getting this pump and we ran back up to 400 and the SPY touched 400, APE and AMC are going for a freaking ride. And I think they need to. I think they tried to knock the market down as hard as they can through shorting, through synthetic share sales, etc., because they knew they needed to close out some positions, right? Well, the problem is when they do that, more and more leverage goes on their books. Citadel had $65 billion in securities sold, not yet purchased, in 2021. Reported on the 2022 annual. They've probably doubled that number. I'm telling you, these guys are underwater, and the market is not in their favor. And the SPY, if anything, if it was going to flash crash, it would hit 330 and bounce just like all the other indexes. They're just trying to get people out of these plays that are running with the SPY. There's too much cash involved and they can't crash the market. I think we're getting ready for a reversal. From here to here, this area, all they did was bring in retail money. From the bottom of the crash from the pandemic all the way to the peak of the top of the SPY at all-time highs was nothing but retail money. There wasn't enough securities for everybody to own. They had to start selling securities sold, not yet purchased, which now they have to start taking care of that debt, which means all-time high, economic downturns, Russia, Ukraine, we hit bottom, they can't close, so now the market's going to have to start to recover. I think we're going to try to shoot for 400, and if we break out of the falling wedge, it's going to get nasty for the shorts, big time. Tesla's going to run like crazy, AMC's going to run, APE's going to run, BIG's going to run, GameStop's going to run. So these shorts are in a bad position right now, in my personal opinion. But you guys see how the poll's going. If you could, if you're on Twitter, please retweet and share that poll. Get as many votes on it as you can. It helps the community. Somebody calling my phone, scam likely, go figure. But other than that, I think we look really good. I really do. I expected today to be a little down, even though we had the good futures in the morning. I was like, I don't think they can let it run 3 days in a row. But Thursday and Friday, we should start seeing some upward action again on this trend line right here, on this trend. And I'm hoping that we capture that 250 mark. I hope we go for a nice run. We captured 230, 250 because right there we could see a little resistance. What's that? 240? We could see a little resistance there, but I think our main resistance is going to be right here. This 250. Yeah, $3, 250 right there. Yep. So I'm in it. I mean, it's not like I'm going to sell right now anyways. Like I said, you know, if you guys want to buy more shares and build your position, I get it, but I do think they are selling phantom shares out into the open market. And when you do buy, we're diluting. If anything, making sure you hit the ask when you buy is the best thing you can do. And make sure you direct it to the lit exchange if you're on Fidelity. So, I mean, the movies coming out are insane. I want to pull up my Black Panther Wakanda Forever thing for my AMC theater, but for some reason it says no ticket sales have been announced at this location. My location has problems for some reason, but I bought mine. I have my tickets, and when I bought it, it was almost sold out already. So Wakanda Forever, November 10th, is it? I think they're sold out for the double feature. That's an opening. That's $150 million opening day already for Wakanda Forever. Opening weekend, which we used to talk about a lot. I don't know why we don't talk about it anymore. I'm gonna tweet it. Wakanda. I think everybody's just got fatigue, man. Wakanda Forever. Why is there no Wakanda Forever hashtag? You see this shit? How is there no? I know there was one. This is, dude, social media, man. I can't wait till Musk buys this. Forever. Wakanda Forever. There's no Wakanda Forever hashtag. For advanced tickets. For sure. How is there no Wakanda Forever? It's fucking. Maybe it's Black Panther. There's one. Dude, they're suppressing the shit out of the movie theater industry. It's absolutely crazy. %. I'm glad everybody's starting to learn about computer share. Now, if the APE radio guys would just shut up and not say false information about computer share, which is really suspicious that they are trying so hard to mislead people on direct registration. When you think about what direct registration is, you're putting the shares in your name. And by the way, the DD that Eric Cuttle came out with saying, well, if you direct register and computer share defaults, that goes on the company, is completely freaking false. Computer share is not going to default or go insolvent. They are cash position only, meaning they have no leverage. They can't go out of business. They make their money through the small fees that they charge for placing your order and what companies pay them to register their shares, like AMC pays computer share. This stupid DD from APE Radio makes it sound like they're a broker that's going to go insolvent, yet they're out there still using Robinhood. It's so stupid. It's so dumb for them to keep doing this. And it's very suspicious that they are trying so hard to mislead people on it. And again, you're taking advice from a guy who's got a picture of Neo, who nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows what he does. He's a picture of Neo running a Twitter space call telling you computer share is bad, when there's people out here like me, Froggy Styles, freaking Dave Lauer, telling you direct registration is good. And we're out here in face and name. If you want to trust your money to a fictional character that somebody uses to set up their Twitter profile, and you want to trust them, you go ahead, man. It's insane. But other than that, anyways, Astro was actually posting some really good stuff the other day. He was doing some good DD on APE and AMC and the SPY, and I totally agreed with it. He's still running it. He's you can tell when he's pegged in. You can tell when he's in the zone, man. And this is it. He's in the zone. He was right about the last 2 days, and it lined up with my DD from Sunday. And then Rico is also talking the same business. And I'll tell you what, when multiple different YouTubers all come to the same conclusion that do technical analysis and they don't necessarily like collude with each other, I love it. That's when we start running. APE injection point here. This was 56. What did I expect? Distribution and trade 180 to 190 range. Bullish scenario, trade higher range and not fill gap. I expect the former. He's pegged in too, man. Astro's pegged in. Rico's pegged in. I was talking about this Sunday through today, and I've actually backed off a little bit because everybody else is putting out the same DD. Almost entire, we're right there, man. I love it. I love it when everybody is right on the freaking ball. Everybody's in the zone, man. It's freaking great. And I think tomorrow, like, look at this. Look at this uptrend we got. Tomorrow, I think we see a little upside in the pre-market. We gap up a little bit, and we go on a nice little ride up, maybe gain 5% back, 10% again. Friday, we do the same. Then they come in and they price fix AMC down to keep us at max pain, which I think is like $7. What is max pain? It was $10 last week. But let's check max pain. And keep in mind, max pain, just because it goes down, doesn't mean it's bearish, right? When there's a high max pain, $10, that means the shorts can let it run before they feel any pain at $10. But if your max pain is 7, we're so close to that already. The shorts could, if we run to 7, the shorts are going to feel immense pain like very, very quickly. It doesn't guarantee if it's $10 we're running at $10. That's not a guarantee, but it is a good indicator to see what's going on. So we got $7 for this week, and we have $6 for next week for AMC. But I'm going to tell you, I think we're going to go for a walk, especially on APE. I think APE is finally going to diverge from AMC in the 30-60 split or 40-60 split, whatever they did, or 30-70. It was supposed to be 50-50. That's where your arbitrage opportunity is going to come in when APE finally rockets back up and catches up with AMC. And AMC could be sitting at 6, but if APE runs back to 6, we now have a $12 combined, which $12 all day should not be a freaking problem for this stock, right? So what's going to happen when Adam Aron comes out, say tomorrow, Friday maybe next week before earnings, and says, we have raised $1 billion off of 300 million shares? That would be super bullish. Or 1.5 billion, or just even we raised $500 million off of 100 million shares. That's bullish, man. That's $500 million back in the bank account, putting our total war chest balance back to $1.45 billion. And that's enough money for him to buy those bonds on November 7th. He could buy back those debts on November 7th, which would cause an event. It could cause an event, because let me tell you this. The bondholders, they want the stock to do terrible, because then the bonds value, they hold the bonds and then they short the stock. Well, if you pay off those bonds, yes, the debtors make money. They get paid out, which is supposed to happen. They're getting paid a premium, but you're not paying out that 21% yield, 24% yield anymore. And you're also encouraging them to close the shorts on AMC, because without the bond, they're not hedged with their short position now. So they're going to close shorts and AMC is going to run. So I'm super excited. If AMC run, APE goes with it. I'm super excited for what's coming up. So either way, it's a pretty good breakdown. Let me catch a couple more comments. I'm not going to stream all day. We don't have any space calls planned. Me and Tara are just so tired. Just tired of getting attacked all the time. She's taking a break. I'm kind of taking a break. I think AA will be patient with the APE, waiting until price goes up. You guys got to understand too, and I posted about it a million times, APE is not strictly at the market, right? That's why they're not selling it on ComputerShare, because Adam Aron didn't want people on ComputerShare buying APE for $1.50 a share. Anything you're buying in the open market, you might as well consider is not legitimate. You're going to get paid for it, but it's not a real share. So Adam Aron didn't want real shares coming out of ComputerShare during the share offering time period, because he's negotiating in the background, selling shares through Citigroup to certain institutions for premium prices, not over the open market. They're selling them in a direct sale which will be released from computer share into, say they sell 100 million shares, it goes to the dark pool. The dark pools do what they're actually supposed to do for once, and we get that buying pressure. He is ensuring that the originating buying pressure is being filled on these new shares, which is going to be extremely bullish for the stock. That's if he even sold any. And again, nobody can show me a 10K showing that he sold any shares whatsoever. The float's still the same. The outstanding's still the same. Nobody has shown any paperwork on dilution yet. And until they do, anybody saying he diluted the stock is just lying. They don't know. I don't care if it's Gasparino or whoever. They don't know. There's no filing. And if he did, he's raising money and probably resurrecting phantom shares that are out in the open market. Because when you sell a new share into the market to an institution, say Citadel wants to buy those because they owe a bunch of securities sold, not yet purchased, which could be APE. So you're getting what I call a resurrection share, meaning the phantom share they sold now is going to get filled with a real share, and it's going to have price discovery. That's what happened in June. Sorry, it's dry here in New Mexico. Wow, we got 300 people in the call today in the chat. This is great. Please, guys, like, sub, share the video. I feel like maybe my shadow ban kind of calmed down a little bit there, or whatever was going on. Let's see, where are we at with APE? Let's just check. I checked very basic indicators. Look at this. The RSI, we're just barely out of the oversold range, which we were into massively around 18, 16. Let's see here. Where's this? 1679. 14 at one point. We just popped out of oversold, which means we're probably going to accumulate and go for another run to get us back up to this level around 30 and 40, maybe 50. And if we do, that is price discovery to $3, which I absolutely love. MACD just flipped hard for us on the daily. Let's check the 5-minute. We're sitting like normal for the day, nothing. We're getting ready to bounce RSI again, so we could see a little bit more upside. Look at this. It looks like we're down today, but if you really look at it, we're still trending up on this line, and it's still fitting with the thesis. We're down 6% from all-time high, or not all-time highs, from intraday highs yesterday, but we're not down 6% over the period of 3 weeks. We're up 25. That's where people see red and they freak out. Don't look at your portfolio every day. Come here and listen to my stupid ass. Man, comments. So many comments. Harris, you guys rock. Froggy Stonks. Thanks, Miss Harris. Appreciate all my moderators. You guys are awesome. Because I just can't. I'm terrible at this. Guys, when this thing pops and we all make money, I'm not going to be on here every day streaming talking about this. I'm going to be out partying and having fun and saving stray dogs and stuff like that. Billions are at stake for shorting, so it's probably billions, dude. Try trillions. Trillions are at stake for shorting. All major funds have short this. None of them want to lose. It's BS. Yeah, well, the government just keeps bailing them out. The government's just supporting them is basically what they're doing with all these reverse repos and the $9 billion they sent to Credit Suisse to keep them afloat so the market doesn't crumble. If the market crashes, retail shares, retail investments are going to do phenomenal. Shorts are going to get crushed. The infinity squeeze could happen, right? Even if the market doesn't crash, shorts are screwed because GameStop ain't going out of business. AMC ain't going out of business. Freaking BBIG is definitely not going out of business. They just announced their ad revenue offering, which I'm going to start hopping on more on Low Motive and using the Low Motive app. And I highly recommend everybody go out and do it. Even if you're not in BBIG, it's still a retail play and it's an American-based company. So, you know, TikTok is horrible. TikTok, the DD that Terrible put out on Twitter about TikTok and the person from Pennsylvania, I think, and BlackRock or Susquehanna is amazing. Like, it's just amazing. TikTok's evil. I don't use it. So I'm going to start doing more videos on Low Motive and try to build a following there and support the plays, man. Even if I own BBIG, but even if you don't, you're still supporting retail. Like GameStop, that's where Morantz rants he lost it, man. He got crushed when he tried to come after me. He could have DM'd me, said, hey, man, I found this weird stuff from like 2 years ago, and I would have explained to him what happened, which was Wall Street Bets was attacking this other stock group, and I was defending the people in that stock group. It's stupid. Now they're like, you shorted AMC. I've never shorted AMC. And now Ape Radio again's out there going, oh, you get paid by a hedge fund in some weird thread. Lady Kate came after me one time after Jen opened her mouth and said some stupid stuff about me getting paid. I've never been paid by a hedge fund. I put my bank account info out there, and I put my freaking all my stuff from the VA and my statements from Fidelity and prove to them I'm not. And then they still come after me. That lets me know that that group of people is extremely sus. Extremely sus. Oh man, water is so good. I don't know how TMI streamed for so long with a mask on and didn't drink any water, man. This is crazy. Gold, AMC, high crop. Oh yeah, hey, if you didn't check your email, and make sure you check your spam folder. Oops, nope, Wax.io. Make sure you go redeem your new NFT. And I'm telling you, these NFTs are not just for fun. They have utility written in the language. It's just Adam Aaron isn't using it yet, which was smart because we then saw that Bored Ape Yacht Club is now being targeted by the SEC, which Adam Aaron saw coming. Check this out. There, look at all my NFTs. I bought some more I own AMC NFTs because they're cool. And I think the I own AMC NFTs are going to have massive utility in the future for drawings, contests, free tickets, whatever. Here's the new gold NFT. I don't know if I'm supposed to be showing all this shit or not. Probably not, but go redeem yours if you haven't got it. I tracked in a couple more I own AMC NFTs because I think they're going to be more valuable than people realize in the future. Check some tweets. See if there's anything on the news. Go to Fox Business. Housing market tumble. Oh no, gas prices. White House claims you're saving at the pump. No, we're not. Definitely not saving anything at the pump. I just try to drive less. JetBlue takeover. Don't eat Tide. I don't see anything worth of value on there. What is it? CNN Money? What? CNN. Geez, CNN. Cartoon Network. Unaffordable housing. Whoa. So the doom and gloom news, man. The MSM is all owned by hedge funds. They want retail to panic and sell, take your little bit of money at a loss and go home and go buy shit. That's what they want you to do. They don't want you to hold your stocks. Holding stocks is going to crush them. Main Street has basically bought out Wall Street. We own, as a collective whole of retail investors globally across the board, a large portion of stock that, again, these Wall Street guys that have been in the industry for a long time, 87, 2000, 2008, are assuming the same crash dynamics as back then, but they're not accounting for retail determination and retail unleveraged cash. They're not including that in their bonehead calculation going, well, last time we crashed, we didn't have $2-3 trillion worth of retail money holding up the market owning these stocks. So if it crashes, they're going to come in and buy even more, right? If you see Tesla go under $200 again, you buy Tesla. You're going to keep, we go to work, we make money, we buy more shares. Why not? Why not just continuously buy the entire market? Don't drink the case of beer. Don't drive down the road for a joyride, you know? Buy, like what they say, buy lentils instead of a hamburger. And people are buying stocks, man. That's what they're doing. And a year or two from now, when we're back into a bull market, retail is going to make out like absolute freaking bandits, man. I'm telling you. They're worried about that. They know we're not stopping. They know we're not going away. Let's see what people said. 100%. Billions and... I don't know if I can do a Trump impersonation. Billions and... I can't. Billions of dollars. No, I'm not good at it. May outdo Avatar 2. I'm going to say... Ooh, good question. Ooh, good question. Don't think so. But the dynamics of what I saw in Wakanda Forever reminded me of Avatar a little bit. Way of the Water. You got the, what was it, the Atlanteans? Not the Atlanteans. It's the gods. I forgot what the characters are and everything, but you're having water battles. You got new Black Panther. The women are taking over. The Woman King, The Warrior King, that movie did really good. And it's the same theme, but I don't know. The new Wakanda Forever has an Avatar vibe. See, the thing with Avatar is it can't be a recycled story. That's where they're going to have to do something new. If it's another group of Marines coming in to attack their new home all over again, that's going to be, it's like, oh, they're doing it again. Like, that's not a story. They need something new to come out with. And I think they got a good script. I doubt they put that much money into a movie without a good script. NFT has been claimed. Congratulations. I've been working since 33 years. I'm so retiring. Absolutely, man. And that's the thing. If you just keep buying through the dip, I know your portfolio, it's like, oh no, it's red, it's red. But if you sell and you quit during the downtime in the market, you're going to be trying to buy at the next bull run at the highs and you're going to get crushed again. This entire time for the next like 6 months, I'm just loading up stocks as I can. I'm getting ready to sign for a new house here on the 28th, so I will be offline as I'm moving for a while. I had to move to Albuquerque during the pandemic and trying to buy a house at that point. I should have bought a house back then because I would have had 3% and been in a much better situation. But they keep raising the rent in the apartment. I was like, apartment life's great, man. No maintenance, no nothing, just chilling. I had my house in Michigan. I was only paying $375 for my house in Michigan on the river, and I was only paying $1,100 a month here. Well, my rent here in 2 years went from $1,100 to $1,750 a month, and I said no, buying a house. So I'll be moving to my new house, which is going to be nice. My kid's going to love it. It's a better view of the mountains and all that, better area in town. And I'm going to set up a new office. I'm not going to have like neon lights and shit behind it. It's so fucking corny. Every YouTuber with their neon lights. I'm going to set it up just like it is in here. Set up a nice office with my AMC stuff, my bookshelves. And I'm going to continue to follow this until AMC and APE just absolutely collide and we get massive gains. And AMC crushes it all through next year. All from Q4 all the way through 2023. Adam Aaron can raise cash, and we have the biggest blockbuster movie lineup in history. Plus, we'll have popcorn in grocery stores and the credit card. It's all here. And I know I've been pretty critical of Adam Aaron being silent, but he did answer questions, which we saw in the space call the other day. Jack went out, asked him the questions respectfully. I think Jack was a perfect person to represent retail to talk to Adam Aaron at the movie get together. He was super respectful. He's experienced. He's got financial experience. He's well spoken. And Adam Aaron looked like he was really happy to be with him. I think he was. Jack, thank you again. You were a perfect ambassador for retail in that situation. Adam Aaron did answer questions he could, and he said no, very directly said no on some multiple questions. They will not hire Share Intel. They will not bring in Wes Christian. I don't know why. That's just what he said. Probably because they don't want the plan that they have right now disrupted, which is starting to work. We're starting to see recovery. We're starting to see Adam Aaron be able to raise billions in cash. And we know the market's getting ready to do something big here in the next couple months. So, something has to be brewing on a tweet about the NFT. Oh yeah, there was. Then I said the NFTs drop with catalysts. AA not tweeting about the NFT was a surprise, and he may be waiting until it's all done. Oh yeah, if you tag anybody like this, you got to put something before the at or it doesn't work. Terrible taught me that. Gold NFT is a surprise. But I always notice NFT drops. Oh man. Dude, my I need to start reading again more books. My vocabulary is just prelude, precursor, thing that person or thing that comes, is a precursor to catalyst. NFT drops is a precursor to catalysts. Super excited. The next book I'm going to read is Flash Boys. If you don't know what Flash Boys is, I highly recommend you type in Flash Boys interview on YouTube. Actually, why don't we just watch it? It's pretty long though. Flash Boys audiobook. Michael Lewis, the guy who wrote The Big Short, Moneyball. This interview is insanely good. He talks about the fraudulent system up and down. And the biggest thing about the system in the front running orders and payment for order flow is the hardline fiber optics that go to the exchanges. They would literally have one market maker like Citadel get closer to the exchange and have a more direct straight line fiber optic so they could beat trades back and forth, while the other exchange would have a fiber optic system with a box that would have a huge spiral of cable in it, so that that trade that was going to that exchange had to take more time to get to the exchange, while Citadel was going, oh, this guy's trying to buy 500 million Microsoft, so they use their special cable. They buy it real quick, the price goes up, and then they sell it back to that guy who is now getting poor execution. It's so criminal. It is so criminal. 2023 movies is on steroids. 2023 is going to be the biggest box office in the past 20 years. It's going to be amazing. John Wick 4 is going to crush at the box office. Avatar 2 is going to crush for Q4. Babylon is looking really good. Babylon looks like a phenomenal movie, and the realism of movies is coming back. Hollywood is getting away finally from the Marvel type stuff, which I love Marvel. They're going to do phenomenal. But Top Gun 2 crushed because people wanted a sense of more realism. And now, if you haven't watched Top Gun, you'll be in your seat the whole time doing this with the jet. But Tom Cruise announced that his next movie, I think for Mission Impossible maybe, he's actually going to go into outer space and do a freaking spacewalk. Dude, the man's just, you can't stop him. It's absolutely incredible. Comments. We'll do some more comments, and then I'm probably going to kick off here. Let's check the thing. Ooh, APE is getting hit pretty hard right now. Didn't expect that. Well, I guess the SPY dumped too. Yep. So we broke down past our trend line, but I do think it will recover. Unless some bad news just came out. Did I miss some bad news? Some ground-shattering news? Nope. This looks like old. Dow, NASDAQ, S&P all down today. But, considering how we ran the past couple days, I'm not surprised. We should see a bounce. So we're oversold on the 5-minute. We should see a bounce, which would bring us back up above the trend line, probably around this range, $2.04, something like that. We'll come back above $1.99 though, I think, once we bounce here. But of course, they're going to try to slap it right now while the SPY's coming down. But I mean, overall, still, look at this. Look at the SPY. Past couple days. So this, bam, 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 we break down. It's almost oversold too on the 5-minute, which means we'll have another bounce. Come back up the trend line, finish the day out even, maybe a couple percent down, and then hopefully tomorrow we see some good numbers and some good oh yeah, I should send the tweet, and some good action. I guess Mullins having a run. I'm not in that play, but either way, that's all I got for you guys today. Just want to do a little stream, entertain everybody for a little while. That's my overtake on the market. It's all my opinion. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm not telling you what to sell. I'm not telling you when MOAS is, if there is one. I just think everybody should have open conversations about this from now on. See, Dream Rico has been going off. I have seen his dude. Rico is plugged the F in right now, and I'm watching what he's saying, and I agree with what he's saying. And Astro's right around that same flow, and I'm right around the same flow, and my little stock chats that I do personally, we're all on the same flow, and I think something big is coming. And if Adam Aaron comes out in the next couple days or the next week and says, hey, guess what? We raised $1 billion off of 150 million shares or 200 million shares. We're unbankruptable. We are unbankruptable. That's what they don't get. Adam Aaron can go out, even if he sold, say this, he sold 100 million shares and raised 350 million, 500 million, 600 million dollars, whatever. That's 4 more quarters of operating costs. We can't be bankrupted, and he can sell these shares whenever he wants in small lots. It doesn't have to be all at once. That's what everybody wants you to think, is that he went out and sold 425 million shares all at once. which is why we got drugged from 10 down to 140, which is bullshit, when we know it's 45 million FTDs that were never covered. There's the frog. That were never covered. And it's just crazy, man. They weren't covered. They were spoofed off the exchange, which UBS just got fined by FINRA for placing limit buy orders to spoof FTDs off of the threshold lists and the FTD list. That's all they're doing. They have to pay back the 43 million FTDs, which is $330 million on average over the FTD failure period. $330 million out of our stock would put it down to $1.40. So Adam Aaron might have not sold a single freaking share yet. Anyways, you guys rock. Please like and sub, share the video on all platforms. It opens up discussion. It brings any type of, I don't care if you think anybody other's videos is clickbait too. We have to start trending AMC again. Trending AMC on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Post your favorite videos. Support people making them. Freaking go grow your following too. Go into space calls and talk about it, man. We got to get this trending again, which today AMC and APE is trending, which is nice that Twitter allowed that for once, and they're not suppressing us. Either way, I'm going to go have some lunch. I made some excellent beef fajitas yesterday, so I'm going to go smash those. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'm hoping tomorrow and Friday we have some running action on APE, and we see possibly above $2.30 to $3. I would love it. And if you're holding BBIG, I'm just waiting on the merger news. And once they merge, man, BBIG is going to be a social media powerhouse, and I'm going to support them wholly and fully. You guys have a great day. Froggy Stonks out. Ribbit. Yeah, everybody. Froggy Stonks here. Everyone have a great day.